Here we are. What's up, everybody? Joseph Puckett here from Joseph Puckett Consulting. First off, thank you. Thank you so much for being a valued member of JPC. It really means a lot to me that you're investing in yourself, that you're investing in your team. It's all about getting better so we can help more customers, write a lot more business, hit our ever increasing goals, maximize your monthly revenue opportunities, your annual revenue opportunities, grow your book profitably, and continue to build a winning team that you can continue to scale, right? We never ever want to get comfortable. We never ever want to get complacent. I want you to always keep in your mind, keep growing, or let's grow. That's how I end a lot of my messages. But being a small part of your team's big success, truly, it's an honor. So I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for being here. But now let's talk about the JPC platform, the Joseph Puckett Consulting platform. So let's go to jpc.smarteryou.com. And I meant to log out, so hold on a second. jpc.smarteryou.com. So I'm going to log in now. As a user, I've added myself to a fake agency, or not a fake agency, a real agency, but I've added myself as an admin. So you, as the agency owner and or manager, should have just received or already have your username and password for jpc.smarteryou.com. Log in. When you first log in, you'll see the welcome screen with a nice note. You'll see your team members leaderboard. So whoever's completing the most courses and training, you'll see them here, as well as your other team members will also see who all is doing well. Your individual point history and course completions. So all of that's here at the top. As I scroll down, you'll see a couple different sections here. We've got the sections for newer courses. So as time goes on, we're going to be adding more and more courses, and we want the newer courses to be kind of highlighted, easy to see. We have all of the JPC scripts, right? The scripts, if I just pull that up real quick and view this, I can also print it or I can also download it. But here's the JPC scripts, the sales roadmap to drive new business. Let's say we want to work on the assumptive close. Boom. I'm there, right? I can scroll down and keep clicking around. I can expand this little menu over to the left to select pages, or what I also love is these little links. See these little links right here? So I want to talk about an umbrella. Boom. I want to, let's see here, overcome an objection, or know how to work requotes. Boom. Or overcome the price objection, which is the most common one. Your rates are too high. Isn't this awesome? So your team can download, right? They can download. I just downloaded this file, or they can view it and then kind of click around. So isn't that amazing? So if I go back home, we've got the scripts, we've got other resources and stuff. We have the new courses that will be highlighted here at the top. And then we have all courses that have been created so far are here. And we just uploaded the one I did this week on requotes on Tuesday morning. So there you go. Over to the left menu, we've got more courses options here. As your team members enroll themselves, and you can also enroll your team members in courses, but as you enroll in courses, you'll see those, and then courses you have not enrolled in will be here in the catalog. So if I just go into the catalog, I recommend that your team members complete the courses in order. That's why I've numbered them 1, 2, 3. I put the date of the course. I put the title of the course right here, and you can change the view here. If you click these little lines, you can make it to where it's just little lines. So you can see the whole thingy, the whole title. So when you and your staff start to complete the courses, I recommend that they're completed in order from left to right, top to bottom, just like you read a book. Can your staff jump around? Sure. Will there be dozens of courses throughout the year? Yep, because I do 1 to 2 live training sessions every week. We're using those as courses. Will I create other sections of just unique courses that aren't parts of the live training sessions? Yes. So guys, this is just the start. Since JPC's only been a thing for like 2.5 months or something, there's going to be dozens of courses. You're going to be able to search to find the courses, but just starting out, need to go through in order. So let's say I want to start with the very first course, the sales roadmap, top path and scripts overview, along with some building rapport. Your team members or you will simply enroll in the course. And now I can see all of the chapters. So the very first video The very first video, y'all, is the whole live training session, typically around an hour. As your team complete these in order, they get through the long video. They don't even have to watch it. I'll show you how to fast forward through it. Just skip to the end. We then broke it up into shorter chapters, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, some a little longer at 13 minutes. But that way, once they've completed this course the first time, and they can skip ahead to watch chapters that they want to go ahead and watch first, that's fine. But once they've completed this, there will then be a start button over here again to where they can go through their favorite chapters over and over and over. But I've enrolled in the course. Let's go ahead and start it. Let's take a look. We have some instructions here on how to navigate the course. It's really important to complete the course. You must go through all of the chapters. So to get that green check mark and to get the little certificate, there's a little certificate, y'all. It's pretty cool. I hope that your staff are excited to grow their learning history, right, and see all that stuff. It's really important that you navigate to the end of the course and click complete course, or they won't get that pretty certificate or the nice little check mark. All right. So the very first chapter is going to be the hour and 11-minute live training. 11-minute live training. And many people will want to, listen to the whole thing all in order. They might even pull it up on like their tablet or something and listen while they're exercising or doing laundry, or like listening kind of like as a podcast, right? To not have to click to go to different chapters, being able to listen. So they can also fast forward and find where I'm talking about something and be like, ooh, I like this, I can listen. So they don't have to watch the full hour. What we want to do is if they want to move straight to the shorter chapters, great. Let's fast forward to the end. Oh, very important. You will see on the usage reports how much time your staff have spent watching courses, how much time your staff have spent utilizing the platform. If you ask them to complete a course, or they say they're going to do 30 minutes of JPC training first thing every morning, get their day started right, whether it's courses you want them to watch or courses that they want to get watched to get better at, you'll see on the usage report if they actually did it for 30 minutes. If they complete an hour-long course in 3 minutes, they didn't watch it, right? So I love the reporting feature of the JPC, a Smarter You virtual learning platform. But now I've completed the first video. When I go next, you'll then start to see how these are broken out. Oh, mute it. So now the chapter title's up here, Introduction. It's 10 minutes. They need to watch these. Okay, they need to watch these from start to finish. But see, this is a 10-minute clip. So maybe this is all they watched today. Or maybe this is one of 2 or 3 clips that they watched today. Can they fast forward? Yes. Can they rewind to where I'm talking about something and they want to hear it again? Yes. But once this video is completed, it will stop. Now I have to go to the next course. Or excuse me, the next chapter. So chapter 2. Driving and serving the customer using the JPC sales roadmap. So I'm just going to continue on next. So I'm just completing all these little short chapters, but this is not what your staff should do, y'all. If your staff are doing this and not actually training or learning, then that's a waste. So now I'm at the end. Great job. Thanks for investing your time in growth. Click the complete course button to register. Complete course, or to register your completion. Complete course. It's refreshing. Boom. I've got a green thumbs up here. I have completed this course. I'm about to get an email with my certificate. Or I can look at it here. Here's my certificate, y'all. Look at me. I have a certificate of completion. How cool is this, right? I hope that your team are excited to see their learning history as time goes on. So now I can simply just go back to the next course and move on to number 2. So see how I have that I completed this today, and it wasn't graded. I didn't have quizzes. I am going to be adding quizzes to some of these, making them a little bit more interactive as time goes on, having little learning checkpoints after 3 or 4 chapters where there might be a question or 2. But right now I just wanted to get the videos up as quickly as possible. So I completed this today on April 4th, 2025, got the thumbs up, next course, enroll, and complete. But I recommend 20 to 30 minutes a day at a minimum. So they're not going to get through all this pretty quick. And y'all, they also need to participate in the live training sessions. So I'll send the invitations for the live training sessions out every week to all active users, including your staff. I will never, ever send marketing to your staff, ever. So they'll never get, hey, buy something from JP. Nope. They will just get updates about the platform, new courses, and of course the invitations to the 1 or 2 live training sessions I do each week. But if they miss it within 24 to 48 hours, it'll be here in the new courses and or just in the catalog. Okay, it'll all be here. Now, resources, already showed you what it looks like here, but let's look at resources in the left menu. Team members, documents and resources, the scripts, some other resources, things that they may or may need or want to use or look at. They can view them, or if they want it, they can download them. Anything that's a Word doc or something, y'all can then edit to make your own. The scripts, and some of these are PDFs, but again, this is how I can just pull up the scripts and just have it always pulled up. Have it always pulled up so they can study it, they can use it. I love having this side navigation. If you click this and then have it on the links, I love having this side navigation so your team members can, fly through the scripts and find what they're wanting to work at, whether it's an objection or how to start the call based on various parts, or going through the sales process from start to finish. And it all starts with starting the call strong, being prepared for overcoming opening objections, picking up speed and building rapport, telling the customer we're going to focus on maximizing their savings while we're reviewing their protection, to make sure they have the right coverages for a policy that actually protects them. We're going to ask about other lines of business to uncover all needs. We're going to assume the quote of all lines, not say, hey, would you like a quote? Nope. Oh, you got a home too? Yeah, we're going to quote that. We're going to take a look at that. Zillow says it's got 2,800 square feet. Is that right? And boy, look at those flower beds. That's really nice. You take care of those flower beds, whatever. Not, we're quoting your cars. Would you also like a home quote? We can quote your home. Nope. We assume the quote of all lines, and we're looking for potholes. We're looking for coverage or deductible gaps, those potholes, so we can fill them in. And then we keep going through to liability, explaining other coverages and deductibles, assuming the close. Well, no, of course, quoting an umbrella if they're likely to qualify. Making sure we've quoted everything, assuming the close, getting ready for closing objections. See how all this kind of flows together. But as your team have studied this, practiced it, role played it, they're learning it in the platform, they probably should still have these scripts pulled up, have the navigation turned on to where they can click around. So when a customer says, hey, can you email the quotes to me? Heck yeah. Absolutely. I'm really glad you want to see this first. This is really important. I know we talked about it a lot, blah, blah, blah. I can't wait to send you your new policies, not the quotes, new policies. I just think this is awesome. So really, they should basically always have that pulled up, in my opinion. So there you go. That's an overview of the courses, an overview of the resources. I've also got my recommended vendors here. If you're looking for live transfers, internet leads, direct mail, whatever, I'm constantly updating this. I've got tons of vendor resources here. I'm not going to go through all that. But I've got that little link here. I love if you guys would join the Facebook group. That's awesome. If you need a link to my website, it's here. But the main resource is all the documents. Then we've got all of the courses. And then we've got our home page, which kind of has a summary of new courses, all courses, and the documents out here on the home page. But you might be now saying, Joseph, you've been talking to me forever on how I'm going to use this or how my staff are going to use this. How do I add my staff? Well, let's talk about it. Up here in the little top menu here, when it's on this is you. When it's on the little dude, this is you and your learning history and your team's leaderboards and all that kind of stuff. If you click this little tool thingy, whatever that's called, widget thingy, now you have the back end. This is so easy. I want to kind of look through these menus and see what's going on. And we're going to make sure that we set all of this stuff up. Let's start with user admin. If we go to users, add user right here, not enroll users. Enroll users is to force your team members to complete certain courses, which I honestly wouldn't recommend. I just recommend they complete them in order. But if I want to add a team member, let's go to users, add user. All you'll need is their email address. You don't have to have an employee ID, but you'll need their email address, you need to make a password for them, I recommend like welcome one or our agency's the best one or whatever. So make a password and verify it. What is their name? First name and last name. All right. What is their name? You can even upload the photo, or they can upload the profile picture, whatever, but that's it. Name, temporary password. They'll have to reset it. No, excuse me, email, temporary password, first and last name. Let's scroll down to profile information. Nothing to complete here. There's nothing to complete here. If you want to put their title, it'll show on the reports, sales producer or customer service representative, whatever. So nothing to fill out in profile information. Group permissions. You're going to add them to your group. Okay, so this will be your agency name. You're going to add them to your group. If this is a manager, like a sales manager or operations manager, and you want them to be able to add other users and or see reports, you're going to want to click a couple things here. MU stands for manage users. So if I want them to be able to manage existing users, I want to check that radial. MGU is to manage group users. So this is their ability to add new users. So this is to manage existing. This is to add new users to the group, your agency's group. And then VLR, if you want them to have the reports to see what your team are doing. View learner reports, click that radial. That's it. So if you don't click any of these and you just add them to your group and just it'll look like this, right? If I just uncheck my group, check, boom. They will only see the courses, their learning history, their stuff. They won't see anybody else's stuff. They can't remove people. They can't add people or see other reports. All right. So you just want to click to add them to your group and then decide, do you want MU, MGU, and VLR? This would be like for your managers if you want their help managing the platform. Team information, blank. Contact information, blank. Right, you don't need to put all that stuff. Custom fields, blank. Venues, blank. So let's see how long it takes to add a new user. I want to add my wife, Lauren M. Puckett at josephdpuckett.com. This is not a real email address, by the way. I'm going to make her password welcome1. Her name is Lauren Puckett. I could upload her beautiful profile picture if I want, but I don't. It's going to send her an invitation with the password that I just made. Let's go to group permissions. I want to add her to my group. Done. She's added to my group. There's nothing else to fill out. Save. Done. Would that take 20 seconds? So how did we get here? Let's go back. Let's go back to when you first log in to jpc.smarteryou.com, where you see all of the courses and stuff. You're logged in as you. Click on the little cog thingy, majigger up here. User admin, users, add, boom. Takes 30 seconds to add each user. If you need help, email me. Email me their name and email address, and I or my assistant will get them added. But I'm hoping that you're able to manage that. Now, when I go back to users, I can see all of my users. If I need to make an edit to this users, I can click her name. I can click on edit. I can change her password or whatever. So this is just how I would edit a user. Or let's say Lauren's no longer with the agency. I can edit her profile and make her inactive. Done. So that's how easy it is to remove people. Now, this is now showing just active users. If you ever wanted to look at your old users, you could go to inactive here, see, or view all. All right, view all. But there you go. That's how easy it is to add users. Now, you've got other things here that you can kind of look through, the enrollments of your team, the certifications that they've earned, all that kind of stuff. Let's go to report admin next. Report admin. Scheduled reporting. What we've done, the team at the Smarter You has helped me with scheduling reportings. So I've got this usage report that I've already set up. I've already set this up for this agency example. I'm going to click on, you won't have this, right? Because when you go schedule reporting, it'll be like 00. Scheduled report. When we go to new scheduled report, you just want to choose a profile, learner usage report. Learner usage report. You can choose if you want it emailed as a CSV or XLS. You can then choose the frequency. Do Do you want this every morning, every evening? Do you want it once a week? On what day? Do you want it monthly or every 2 weeks? Whatever you do, save. And then now you'll have this usage report scheduled to email you, whether it's daily, weekly, semi-monthly, or monthly, because you scheduled it. And then I can just go to the reports here, go to account reports, and I'll see my account reports here, learner usage report, and I can then run this report, right? I want to look at what I want to look at. All courses, all statuses, all learners, run report, boom. That better not be blank. It better not be this blank, but see, this is where you can see how long people have learned, right? You can go into their usage reports and see what their usage is, what they've enrolled in, what they've completed, and how long they completed it. Guys, if your staff goes through an hour-long course in 3 minutes and 49 seconds, you got some problems. All right. But guys, that's it. I honestly didn't think this was going to be 20 minutes. I kind of think I need to redo this, but make it like super short. But I don't know. I think you needed a good tour of the platform, how it all works for you and for your staff, how it flows. And adding a user takes all of 30 seconds. Once you go into the settings, user, add user. We took a look at the reports so you can play around. Y'all, this is a very simple, easy, basic to use system. I hope that you love it. I hope that your team is excited and grateful to have the opportunity to complete training for 20, 30 minutes a day on the platform, and hopefully attend the live training sessions that I do once or twice a week. Most weeks it's twice a week, but if they miss it, the course will be here. Right? So all of this value for $100 a month, y'all, I think this is worth every penny and then some. It's not the money for me. I just want to help agencies grow and develop and, see team members win. I love getting emails or Facebook messages or Instagram messages from team members. They send me messages and they say, Joseph, I did it. I did a one-call close, my first one-call close in months. You got my confidence up. And I gave a bundled auto and home policy, Joseph. I did it one call. That's amazing. Or I love getting emails saying, Joseph, I sold somebody. We were higher in price. We were $70 higher in price, but they were so upset with their old policies. They were excited to pay more for new policies that actually protected them. Joseph, I took the limits from 30, 60 BI to 100, 300 bodily injury, $500,000 property damage, whatever. I gave them more appropriate deductibles on their home. I sold myself. I sold the agency, whatever. I love getting messages like that just about every day from team members all across the country, most of which I've never even met. Why? They participate in the live training sessions or they've been watching the recordings. But now everything will be here on the platform and you can see what they're watching behind the scenes, not the live stuff. By the way, live will still be in Zoom. And I don't have a way to map that in here to say, hey, they attended the Zoom live or not. So just FYI on that. But on the recordings and the courses and going back through and learning stuff over and over and over, repetition is so important, y'all. You can't just read a book once and get all the details. You can't just watch a movie once and get all the details. You can't just practice driving once and be a good driver, right? You have to practice. Practice makes permanent over and over and over, right? And completing courses over and over and over. But what I love is as they go in here and they enroll in the course, they'll be able to see all of the chapters. And once they've completed the course the first time, they can go into the Puckett short clips and watch things that they want to watch over and over, right? If they really like this role play, they'll be able to start it again after they complete it the first time. They can then rewatch chapters over and over. All right. So this is cool. I'm super excited. I'm grateful. I'm going to be adding constantly more scripts, more resources, more documents, way more courses. This thing's going to blow up, and I just hope it's an invaluable resource for your team. And I do again want to thank you. Thank you for investing in your team. Seriously, I'm just so proud that you value the type of stuff that I can teach your staff to help them write a lot more business and crush their personal production and income goals, but to also crush your production and income goals. All right, let's win. I say this all the time. Let's grow, keep growing, and let's win. Let's win together, y'all. All right, that's it, y'all. Dang, this was a long video. If you have questions, shoot me an email. I'm here to help. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of JPC. Now, get your staff added, y'all, and let's grow.